How much bobo do you want?
I want 44 bobo, 270 songs.
Wow.
I'm certain most of you have heard about the ongoing saga between our popular gospel artist, Mercy Chinwo, and her former boss, Mr. Tangod Ezekiel of Eezee Tee record labels. If you've not heard about this, then you want to watch this video to the end, because in this video, I did a summary of all that is going on. According to Mr. Tangod Ezekiel, that is Mercy Chinwo's former boss, he said that Mercy Chinwo breached the contract that was signed. In that contract, it was agreed that Mercy Chinwo was going to produce 3 albums before she left the record label, but she only produced 2 albums. And secondly, he said Mercy Chinwo boycotted some amount of money into her personal account because she went for some events that he was unaware about, and she never remitted the money that she got from those events to him. According to him, in the contract, it was stated that he and Mercy Chinwo were going to be sharing whatever money she gets or whatever money that is produced from her music, 50-50. So he was supposed to get 50% and she was supposed to get 50%. Then in 2024, the EFCC detained him for 9 days. And while he was in detention, they made him sign an agreement under duress that he was going to give Mercy Chinwo $274,000 for the money that he owed Mercy Chinwo. But they did not say Mercy Chinwo was going to remit any amount of money to him. He said he signed the agreement, but he didn't sign it willingly. He was under duress. And he was tired of being detained by the EFCC. So he wanted to leave there. So he just signed whatever he had to sign. And now he has gone to court to challenge the agreement that was signed under duress as part of his fundamental human rights. So this is a summary of what Mr. Ezekiel Tangod is alleging that Mercy Chinwo did to him. And this is Mercy Chinwo's own.
He took me to court, came online to tell the public that I took him to court. You bullied me, you threatened my life, you said you made me who I am and that you would destroy me. We signed a management contract in 2017. As we progressed, you tried to convince me to sign a 12-year contract, which I said no. Since then, you started acting funny, always toxic because I did not extend the contract. Immediately after my contract, I discovered you forged a new contract. You seized my royalties for 2 years. You're a bully, you're an oppressor. One of my major crimes was when I did a song with Pastor Nathaniel Bassi. Because this man hates Pastor Nathaniel Bassi, you went as far as sponsoring fake news about my son, and you said my son was not my son because you hate Pastor Jerry Eezee. You won't want me to go for his events. The people you fight, I must fight them with you. And when I ask you questions, why don't you like them? You start harassing me. What I went through working with you is nothing compared to what you are doing. You have bloggers, I have God.
Mercy Chinwo put out a post on her verified Instagram page, and this post was written by her lawyers. They explained everything about what was going on between she and Mr. Ezekiel. In that post, Mercy Chinwo said that she started working as a backup singer for Mr. Ezekiel in Port Harcourt, and over time they developed a father-daughter relationship, and he decided to sign her up as a music artist. And in 2017, on her birthday, they signed a contract. So Mercy Chinwo started working with him as a gospel music artist. She said that contract they signed in 2017 had just 5 pages. And the contract was to last for 5 years. They had a good working relationship, 2017, 2018. By 2019, Mr. Ezekiel approached her and told her that he wanted her to extend her contract to 12 years. She said no, that she had other plans. She said since that day, she noticed that his attitude towards her changed. He became hostile towards her, and he would always make reference to the contract. Before you know what's happening, the relationship between them became toxic. Mr. Ezekiel would emotionally and verbally insult her. He would say things like, I will deal with you, I will mess you up, I made you who you are, I can shut you up and nobody will ever hear about you again. He would tell her, I will destroy your career. And sometimes he would even use the F word. So he continued to bully her, he would isolate her. When people come to book her for events, he would tell them that she's sick or that she's not available, whereas she was available. And at every point in time, he was always making reference to the contract. So it was at this point that it dawned on her that she's supposed to have a copy of this contract that he's always talking about. So in 2020, she requested for a copy of the contract. The contract was not given to her until after the contract had expired in 2022. She said there was even a time that someone invited her for an event at Edo State. And Mr. Tangod Ezekiel told them that she had a terminal illness. She found out about it and she was livid. She then confronted Mr. Tangod and threatened him that it was over and she was done with the record label. And Mr. Tangod threatened her with the contract. She said despite these issues, she tried to make amends. She even bought a car, an SUV, and she gifted Mr. Tangod because she wanted their relationship to be better. They reconciled. He wanted to post the gifts that she got for him on social media, but she wasn't comfortable with it. And that one sparked another issue again. She then went to go and complain to Minister Chioma Jesus. Minister Chioma Jesus then intervened, and management of the record label now decided to allow Mercy Chinwo to schedule her events by herself. So if people called her for events, she would go for the events and she would just remit 50% of whatever she got from that event to Eezee Tee record label. Mercy Chinwo said that she remitted 50% of everything that she was giving, honorarium, gifts, everything that she was giving at any event that she went for. She made sure she remitted her 50% without even removing the transport of the team. And if at any time she did not remit a particular amount of money on time, she would send them a mail immediately informing them why she was late and when she would remit it. She also said the third album that he's been talking about in the contract that she breached, that she tried to shoot the third album, but he frustrated her efforts. She said she wrote down her songs and then gave clear instructions. She sent the instructions to Mr. Tangod requesting for a recording schedule, but his response was, "Now you they teach me work now." And another time when she asked for a recording schedule again, he said he was busy. He never got back to her. So after the original contract expired in 2022, Mr. Tangod said she did not produce a third album, so she needed to extend her contract, but she refused, and that one caused another trouble. When her contract expired on the 5th of September 2022, she found out that the contract that she signed in 2017 was replaced by a contract that was made in 2019. She was unaware of this replacement. Remember that the contract she signed in 2017 was just 5 pages, whereas this contract had 25 pages. The new contract that was made in 2019 was altered to look like the contract that was made in 2017. On the front page of the contract, the 2019 was changed to 2017. With a pen, the 9 was changed to 7, but the commencement page was carelessly left as 2019. The contract that was given to her was a photocopy. She then asked for the original. She wanted to just cite the original, but till today, there's no original of that contract. So after investigating, she found out that after signing the contract in 2017, they needed to move from Port Harcourt to Lagos. So when they moved from Port Harcourt to Lagos in 2019, he went to go and meet a lawyer and did another contract. The law firm that did the contract for him said they prepared the contract for him and they sent it via email to him. So Mr. Tangod Ezekiel took that contract that he did now in 2019 and replaced it with the contract that Mercy Chinwo signed in 2017 to make it look as though that was the contract that Mercy Chinwo signed in 2017. And this 2019 contract allocated ownership of all Mercy Chinwo's works to Eezee Tee for life. She said he brought some documents in the middle of her contracts around that 2019-2020 period. He told her that the document that she was signing was to recover the revenue from a song that he published. But in that document, he listed himself as the songwriter. And when the company paid him, he did not pay Mercy Chinwo a penny from that money. So when the original contract expired, Mr. Tangod was asking that the contract be extended because Mercy Chinwo had breached the contract. And Mercy Chinwo was saying that no, she did not breach the contract and she needed him to pay her the money that he was owing her. All the revenues that he did not send to her, she needed him to pay her. And it brought lots of problems. Mercy Chinwo reported the issue to some fathers of faith so that they could talk to him. They tried to settle the issue, but it proved futile. They even got an auditor to come and audit the books, but they said Mr. Tangod was not complying. So Mercy Chinwo had to report the issue to the EFCC. The EFCC investigated and found out that Mr. Tangod Ezekiel was owing Mercy Chinwo $274,000 and told him to send the money to her. He claimed that Mercy Chinwo was the one that asked him to help her to hold the money for him so that she doesn't misuse the money. And that was why he was holding it. And he was just waiting so that they could settle all their issues, they could reconcile, so that he could transfer the money back to her. He then admitted to the EFCC that there were 2 contracts prepared. One was prepared in 2017 and another one was prepared in 2019. Then asked that the matter be settled peacefully, that he doesn't want problem. He even started crying. Mercy Chinwo also started crying, and they reconciled there. So by the time they got out, Mercy Chinwo's lawyers reached out to Mr. Ezekiel's lawyers, outlining the terms of their agreement. So Mr. Ezekiel's lawyers was supposed to respond, but the last response that they got from Mr. Ezekiel's lawyers was that Mercy Chinwo's lawyers should wait. So while they were waiting for Mr. Ezekiel's lawyers to finalize the settlement, they found out that Mr. Ezekiel had gotten a new set of lawyers and had taken the case to court. She said Mr. Tango Ezekiel should tell the world what happened to the 2017 contract that she signed in Port Harcourt. And he should also tell the world why he introduced a new contract in 2019. This is a summary of what is going on between Mr. Tango Ezekiel and Mercy Chinwo. I don't want to take sides on this matter. The case is already in court, so let's allow the court to do their due diligence. I just hope that the whole thing just gets resolved as soon as possible. So what do you guys think about this ongoing saga? Who do you guys think is at fault, or who is telling lies and who is not telling lies in this story? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. My name is Charity Lawrence, and I'll see you guys in my next video on Friday. Till then.